Hey guys, Triforce Doom here, and I'm here with the Crusaders, and we are doing our 2017 discussion while I'm playing Dragon Ball FighterZ in the background.
It's also like the middle of January. It took us a while to get to do this.
Hey, I'm still ordering my top 10 games I played list. Ordering. I have a lot of candidates.
So here we have, besides Triforce, we have me, Yuri. We have MGM.
Hi.
We have Sub.
I'm sorry.
Who's sorry, apparently. And we've got Chaoskey.
This is the only thing I am in on this channel.
You're doing something.
But it's okay because at the time of this recording, the next day, I'm actually going to be doing something.
Yep. Hopefully it'll turn out well.
Hopefully.
And this guy just perfected my Frieza. Shit.
And Jacob showed up and the call did not explode. This is a good...
Yay!
Don't say anything. Okay.
Don't. I said don't breathe! What the heck?
God damn it. Okay, we should just ban him from this.
Jacob, stay out of the call. I'm leaving a message for him. Stay out of the call. This is your fault.
Let me switch
The
to
first
Cell
time was
already.
my fault, but the first two were your fault.
Okay, are we actually going to be putting this in as the intro?
Why not?
Yes.
Please.
Okay, good, because it'll be funny.
I'll just put in the, and then the call blew up. The end, and with
Because
like the
of
Kirby,
Jake.
with like the Kirby death music.
Yes! Oh no, his Frieza went golden. Oh shit.
Okay,
So
so
let's get started on the list.
first game of 2017 is a game that Triforce could probably talk about. Hatsune
Oh,
Miku,
yeah.
Project Diva Future Tone.
One of my favorite rhythm games ever. It's basically the legacy game, taking around 300 songs from all the previous games, except for Project Diva X, well, only one song from Project Diva X, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just got a lot of shit to it, and it just cuts out all the fluff. It also has an extra extreme difficulty for if you didn't feel like extreme was already a challenge, which, meep. Just meep.
I've always wanted to get into Hatsune Miku, but for some reason I just never bought any of the games.
Not much of a
Deep is how I
rhythm
got
person, so I never really look at these games.
I've only ever listened to like 2 of her songs, so yeah.
I was never into Hatsune Miku.
Okay, moving on. Criminal Girls Invite Only. It's a PC port of a Vita game. I was hoping Shadow would be here to talk about it.
But since he's
Oh, yeah,
off watching
that's the game
anime, he's never going to come back.
Okay, next game. Atellar Shaler Plus, Alchemist of the Dusk Sea. Has anyone played an Atellar game?
Nope.
No, that is quite the name.
Okay, so it's a JRPG mixed with like item crafting because you're an alchemist. You like get materials and make all sorts of potions, and you have like a shop. So it's
Can you
basically
make
just
a
you
Molotov?
going to dungeons, getting materials to make better potions with, and getting like more money to like upgrade your establishment and stuff. It's kind of fun.
Can you make a Molotov?
Why is that your first question?
Okay, MGM, this is not Earthbound, and it's not Payday. So no, you cannot make a Molotov.
I'm calling the police!
Is that a weed?
Alright, anyway.
Is that a police? I'm calling the weed.
Okay, Fate Extell the Umbral Star. I think... Have you played this, right, Yuri? Or was that someone
Yeah,
else?
so it's a sequel to Fate Extra, which was a JRPG on the PSP. It's just another game in the Fate series that, you know, it just continues the plot along. It changes from a normal like rock paper scissors JRPG to Muso styled, which is pretty cool. You get like all your fan favorite servants alongside all the ones from Extra, just doing a bunch of cool stuff with a nice plot around it. Yeah, I'd look into it if you if you really want to get into the Fate series. It might be a good place to start if you're good with like Muso gameplay.
Alright.
Huh.
Gravity Rush 2. Has anyone else covered
Yes,
that?
I love that
I
game.
want-
I'm still early in it, but I love Gravity Rush. Period.
I forget, are both, is there like a bundle for it like on PS4 or something?
You can, there is the remaster on PS4 for the first game. Yes.
Okay.
But they're separate games.
Which was another exclusive the Vita just lost.
Yeah.
And hey, more people get to play one of my favorite video games. I'm happy.
I heard from
space.
Shadow that apparently 2 wasn't as good as 1. Like, I had a
I'm
lot of
having fun
issues with it.
so far.
This is why I wish he was he was here so he can elaborate on that.
Curse you, Shadow, and your endless desire to watch anime.
I mean, I'm gonna probably be watching my One Piece after this, but yeah.
Well, you can at least hold restraint until.
Well, I mean, we were starting the discussion at 6:30, and One Piece uploads at 7. So.
Next one, Dragon Quest VIII: Journey of the Cursed King.
I do
have
want to
Dragon
like
Quest
play this
4.
game, but I haven't had the time because 1, I have too many games, and 2, couldn't find a copy.
Also say,
This is the one game everybody keeps telling me is the Dragon Quest game to play.
Noted. I only own Dragon Quest 4 on
I
DS.
don't know why, because by the time this came out, I was during that weird phase where I had to get rid of the 3DS that I had at the time. But yeah, it's just like, it's weird at how I keep constantly hearing how, oh my god, 8's like the best one. All the other games are shit. 8 is the best one ever made. It's like, who cares about 9? Who cares about 11, even though that's not even out yet? 8's the best one. It's like, why is it? It's like, it's so good. It's like, can you tell me why? You have to play it. I can't even explain. So whatever, I guess I'll play it one day. It's just like, I know
I
there
mean,
are
games that are like that where you kind of have to play it to understand.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of games
there
like
will
that,
be one
but-
later on.
but
in
it's
this
Dragon
discussion
Quest.
That was one of those, but yeah.
It's Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is a simple JRPG.
Yeah.
I've always liked 9.
9's real good. I really like the story in 9, as well as just like the customized aspect about it. 11 takes
You
up
can get
after.
Vegeta hair.
Yeah, because it's drawn by the entirety of Dragon Quest is drawn by Akira Toriyama, who is the creator of Dragon Ball. So you get a lot of Dragon Ball inspired hairstyles and customization, and you can even have goddamn Boo's face for no reason, just to have Boo's face. But yeah, I guess I'll try out 8 someday when I get a 3DS again. But right
Same.
now, I don't have anything else to say about it.
And I'm still
Next
playing
up-
through 4. Yay!
Next game, Kingdom
And now
Hearts
the dumbest
2.8
Kingdom Hearts
Final
2.8
Chapter Prologue.
8, final chapter prologue. Who the fuck thought this was a good idea for a name?
Still playing through 1.5 Remix.
I still haven't beaten 2.8 yet, I'm sorry, but I will say this, HD Dream Drop Distance, 60 frames per second. The Kingdom Hearts key back cover cutscenes. The Master of Masters is hilarious.
Kingdom Hearts have played through it Birth by Sleep, which was good, but I have no idea.
So we
how
have
it
Dream Drop
compares to
Distance on PS4 now then? Awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet.
The problem with Dream Drop Distance on the PS4 is that you really see how empty that game is.
I'm gonna get to that when I get to it. I'm still playing through 1.5. I'm at the point right before Hollow Bastion.
Like Hunchback of Notre Dame, I think is like the worst of it, where it's just long, wide roads of nothing. No
That's unfortunate,
no
'cause
people
Ghost Drop's a
walking
good
around.
movie.
Nothing. It's like you just had the battle show up, and every now and again there's a save point, a Moogle, and a cutscene. That's it.
Alright then.
Okay then.
Alright.
Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Also known in
Also known as
Japan.
Biohazard
7 Resident Evil.
Yeah, I was
Which
gonna
I
say
love how that
that.
went full circle.
Genius name.
Well, I mean, it was always called Biohazard.
I haven't
in
played
the
it, but
game,
from what I've
so-
seen, this looks really good. Like a
Same.
really good horror game and a good Resident Evil game.
It's just too bad I've never really played a Resident Evil.
And
Same.
it's recently been finished. They added the 2 final DLCs to it, I think. I don't know if they're
Not a
final or
Hero
not.
featuring not Chris Redfield and End of Zoe, where you are a hick that punches things so hard they explode.
That's amazing.
Actually, it's still
That
regular
sounds
Chris.
like
He
One
can
Punch Man.
No, he uses multiple punches. It's more like a first-person beat 'em up.
Yeah, and it's weird.
Okay, Vegeta, stop with the laser spams, please. Thank you.
My main thing about Resident Evil 7 is that it feels kind of lost
In terms of what?
in terms of what it's trying to be, because in some aspects it's like Outlast 2.0.
Well,
In-
yeah, I mean, the enemies are mostly
in-
invincible even with all the guns.
In other aspects, it goes back to being like the campy
Action.
sort of hammy Resident Evil like the old ones were, like 1, 2,
Well,
and 3.
those are mostly just the villains being very entertaining, and also
yeah, and
the
that's the
DLCs
thing. It's
being
like there's
action-oriented.
this like the game's trying to be scary, but it never, at least to me, it never really has that sense of dread, that sense of just. The only time that you have that is when you're in the Marguerite section, and that more has to do with what Marguerite turns into, as opposed to
Oh yes,
like the actual
giant bug
mood and
vagina.
stuff that goes around it. But
Meanwhile, I have yet to play Resident Evil.
I
Yay.
really enjoy all the like dumb extra stuff that they added in, because it's just like, yeah, we made a sort of like serious game, but we're still Capcom and we like to make fun, goofy stuff. It's just like good.
That's just most of the time it works anyway. Dead Rising 4
I still love that they
notwithstanding.
made fun of their own naming schemes with the special edition of Dead Rising 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Capcom can poke fun at themselves when they're not in deep shit.
When they're not busy slamming their head against
Again,
the brick wall.
Dead Rising
repeatedly.
4 notwithstanding.
That's just one game, Andrew Hammond. There's done
I know,
way
I
more
still
mistakes
hate
than
it.
that.
Anyways.
Anybody else got to say anything about Resident Evil 7? Biohazard
No,
7?
might get it, maybe not. I don't know. I don't care. Not really a horror game fan. I just like.
Yeah, I only own like
I
2 or
already
3
picked up
horror
the
games
Evil Within.
myself.
And so I have that to tide me over for horror games right now.
Tales of Bestiaria. Shadow's not here, so I don't think we can talk about this.
Yeah, I still need to get a Tales game.
Okay.
I
Yakuza
picked up
0.
Abyss.
Game of
Yeah,
the year.
so good. So fucking good.
Game of the fucking
I've been playing
year.
through it a lot.
You can have a chicken as a real estate manager.
And it's
Yes, you
better
can.
than most people.
That's
I'm
sad.
serious. Like, one of them, you get Steven Spielberg as the real estate agent. The chicken's better than him.
Yeah, because he makes movies.
Can't you also get Michael
That's
Jackson?
real estate.
Well, he's not a
Oh
real
my
estate
God.
agent, but he's a guy that invests money into the buildings to upgrade them faster.
Yeah.
He's like the best one.
Yakuza's always a dumb, fun ride.
Yeah, I love Yakuza.
I'm glad that it introduced more people so we can get more of the games around here.
Yeah, like once I beat Zero, I definitely plan on getting Kiwami.
And Kiwami too.
Once it's out, yes.
Yes. And then I don't get 6 like I've warned you. Anyway,
I mean, I'm probably
Wait
gonna
for
play all the
fun.
games no
the
matter
game
what.
itself is probably going to be good.
Okay. Double Dragon 4, it sucks.
It's a piece
Yeah,
of shit. It's
Yeah.
a piece of shit. Play Neon instead. That's a better game.
Yes,
forgot
Neon
about
is
that.
great.
Digimon World Next Order.
Don't care.
I think I'm the only one that has played it, and I mean, I'll say this: me personally, I couldn't really get into it. But I mean, if you've played, like, I guess the old Digimon World games, you might like this. But me personally, I'm waiting on Hacker's Memory to come out.
So what's the difference between this game and Cyber Sleuth?
Well, this one has English voice acting.
Ooh.
And 2, it's not turn-based.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, when I eventually decide that I actually want a PS4, then yeah, I want to try both of the Digimon games, because Digimon's a thing that I've always heard about. and
I will say this. Sorry.
Yeah, as I looked into it, and I've always wanted to play it, but it's always been on consoles that I don't own.
I will say this: if you do get Digimon World Next Order, get ready to hear a lot of Digimon saying "Machine Draymon" instead of "Machine Dramon."
Alrighty. Anybody else?
Nope.
I don't really know
Again,
Digimon.
I don't care about Digimon.
Okay, Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World.
And the Wii U
I
version, does
I have
that
the Wii U
count?
version, but that's all I have. I know that there's like new stuff with Poochie, but
So it's
I want-
Yoshi's Woolly World put on a 3DS with some
version's
added,
better.
like, almost akin to like Temple Run or like just like auto runner stages where you try to avoid stuff because it's,
watch as
I have
this
a
gets
blue
on the
yarn
Switch.
Yoshi.
because it's Poochie and Poochie ain't stupid.
I'd say that for now, I'm perfectly fine with my Wii U version.
I would
Well,
like
watch
if
it
Yoshi's
better.
Woolly
Well, no,
World,
it-
like with the Poochie stuff gets added in because they also put in for no other reason besides the fact that it's absolutely adorable. They put in these stop motion animations.
Oh yeah, those.
It's not just that they put those in, they put in like 2.5 hours of like 60 shorts. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Okay, yeah, seriously, put that to Switch.
It's just like when
I don't
I'm
think
watching
they're
this
gonna
on a
do-
compressed like console screen.
I don't think they're gonna do. Okay, they might do it, but like, remember that there's the new Yoshi game coming out.
Yeah, that.
2018.
Which we still
They're
don't
probably
know
gonna
much
focus
about.
on that more than
Yeah,
porting.
Woolly World is done. It got ported once. That's all it probably is gonna get.
It has a
To
stage.
be
in
fair,
Smash
to be fair, people thought that about Hyrule Warriors, and look what happened.
Bros. Yeah.
I mean, hey, I never bought the 3DS version, so I'll finally be able to play all that stuff.
That game has too much content. I think
I know.
I think I've
Why
thought
did I
about
decide
that
I
enough
wanted 100%
to the
all
point
of
where
it?
I can actually say that Hyrule Warriors is too much content. But I will still buy that game because it's you are getting your $60 worth and then some.
Oh,
Plus,
definitely.
it's the definitive version. You're gonna be getting all the Legends stuff, which Legends does like expand the story. It's like it turns out story because like if you played the Wii U version and you beat the main story, and then you get the Legends version, it's like, oh wait, the story's not over.
I say, oh wait, it's Linkle's journey now.
Yeah.
Oh, there's also a very cool thing about that Legends added in that Fire Emblem Warriors ended up adding in. I love that. Is that you can you can switch between the different characters on the field, and that helps out so much more. I can't wait to actually do that in Hyrule Warriors. But besides that, Neo, otherwise known as Samurai.
You just skipped a game.
Yes, I know, because it's another Atelier game, and none of you played that, so it's like
Yeah.
I was gonna make a joke saying, I feel like we've been here before. Have we been here before?
yeah, yeah. But so Neo, Samurai Dark Souls. Did anyone play
That's
this?
what it always looked like.
No, but I still
I've
find
seen
it
some
funny
friends
that
at
the
college
guy
play,
in
that's
there
about
appeared in, I still find it funny that the main character, appeared in a later Warriors game, and he still spoke English.
Yeah, because I know the game you're talking about. It's like a crossover between all the other Muso like things that Koei Tecmo owns. So it's just like Dead or Alive and Nobunaga's Ambition characters just coming into the game for no reason. Unfortunately, that game never got DLC, so it's just stuck as it is. I've always wanted. It always seemed interesting
Fuck
to
the
me.
candy bean.
Anything else to say about Neo?
No.
Okay, Deformers. I only put this game up here because this is kind of the most interesting one for me. This is a game that was published by GameStop.
Wait,
And because of that, you can only buy it at GameStop.
That's weird.
Huh.
I felt the need to put the game up here for that specific reason. All I know is that it's like some fun, like casual party game where you're just like blob animals that just fling into one another.
Yeah, they keep advertising that on the TVs there.
Yeah, and it's like because it's their game, basically. It's just like we published the game, guys. It's like cool. None of us are gonna buy it. Though.
Cool. Is it a good game? Maybe. Not buying.
So yeah, that's all. That's pretty much all why I put it up here. The game came out on the same day, For Honor, a game I heard.
Ubisoft game.
A game I heard that was really good, but was ruined by the fact that it had bad netcode.
And also, I think
Isn't this
I think it wasn't updated fast enough.
Isn't this the Ubisoft game?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
it's a
Ubisoft
Ubisoft
thing where
game.
it's like samurai, Vikings, and
Knights.
knights.
Yeah, they hyped it up.
and-
Yeah, they hyped it up at E3 like 2 times.
Yeah, it's like it was pretty fun like idea where it's just like these 3 things. It's almost like the whole cowboys and ninjas argument, and you just threw them in a game and just had them fight to the death.
You pirates.
I think they called it like a third-person fighting game, and then like Devolver also came out with something similar.
It's a hack and slash fighting game. It's not really just third person. It's more just hack and slash than anything else.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, that's a game. It's, much like the Tom Clancy's The Division. Everybody loved it until they realized what the game was and had pretty much everybody was okay with it for a couple months, and then all their player bases dropped immediately. Berserk and the Band of the Hawk, another Koei Tecmo Muso game, but this time about the Berserk franchise. If you don't want to play I mean, if you don't want to watch the movies or like go back and watch the original like not even 2000, like 1998 anime, this is a good way to start. Like get up to like to like finish the first arc of the game, because I don't think it goes farther than like the eclipse and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, if you don't want to watch movies or an anime and you just want to play a game and still get the general story, then this is a pretty good alternative.
Interesting.
Night in the Woods.
I'll still watch the movies.
Night in the... Okay, now that is an interesting one.
This game fucked me up.
Which one?
Like too relatable kind of thing, or what?
Yeah, May in general is
I
just...
still haven't played Night in the Woods.
May in general is just a character that speaks to me on several levels.
Like, I watched some of an LP of that, and it just seemed... Wow, this is like...
How much is that game again? Because
I think it's 20. It's 20 or 15.
Okay.
Like, if you know who she is, like, you know who Dodger is?
She's on the Co-optional podcast with Total Biscuit.
Yeah, she, like Jesse Cox described it as, basically, her if she was in Psychonauts. Or, you know, like her inner mind, more or less.
Dang. That
minus all the supernatural shit,
that kind of makes me feel bad for her then. Yeast's Origin. I think this is a remake of the first game.
I still need to get a Yeast game.
Well, there's a Yeast game coming to the Switch. It's the 8th one.
Well,
so it's the most
recent.
But Yeast is like these like sort of action RPG sort of games. You know, run around the field, just attack any monster that moves. Just it's pretty fun. Horizon Zero Dawn.
I heard it was good. Haven't gotten it yet.
Yeah, same. If it weren't for another game that we're going to talk about,
we're gonna get to.
Don't
worry.
We'll get to it.
March is so close.
I feel like I would have gotten this game and probably loved it, but
I like the idea of of the whole nature versus technology thing taken to a different extreme. Like it's instead of it just being like
technology.
Yeah, instead of just being like turrets and tanks and like just futuristic laser guns and all this stuff against like people with like twigs and like pickaxes just throwing stuff. It's just humanity trying to survive using all the like sort of necessities that they can, and then just like robo dinosaurs and all this other types of wacky stuff. It's a cool concept. But yeah, another game came out that kind of overshadowed it in our eyes. Story of Seasons, Trio of Towns. This is basically Harvest Moon, like new Harvest Moon.
Alright.
Not counting Stardew Valley?
See, the problem is I didn't really dig Stardew Valley all too much. Pretty much all I got out of that game was going through the mines every single day. And then after I was done with that, I felt like I was just done with the game at that point, because farming felt so monotonous compared to how it is in Harvest Moon. And I can't even explain to you why. It's just I have more fun with Harvest Moon compared to Stardew. Walking Dead, A New Frontier. This was a physical release with all of the like episodes, I guess, packed into one. I guess this gives us a chance to talk about just. Did anyone play the Walking Dead game?
No.
I have season 1.
I don't even
only
watch
season
Walking Dead.
1.
Okay then.
same. I don't watch The Walking Dead.
All right then. March.
Oh boy!
begins the gold mine of just Switch everything.
This is when the Nintendo Switch released, because God, we waited so long through the Wii U's just like
Era.
Like, okay,
death gasp at attempted life.
Like, I remember going to the release of the Wii U, which that wasn't even a midnight release where I was. It was just in the morning, and you just picked up the system, whatever. But the Switch, midnight, so many people. It was great.
But we start out. But yeah, when we saw the Switch's like whole presentation in January, we pretty much everybody's doubts were put to rest, because we had all these good games, all these like. It wasn't just that people were telling us about, oh, yeah, we totally really want to fund this. Someone get us off this stage. No, there are people that are clearly passionate and very behind this project.
And a bunch of meme poses.
Which, unfortunately, the Wii U didn't have. So
Wii U
they
did
didn't.
not have
Yeah, the
this
Wii U
kind of
didn't have
publicity.
made me posts.
That doesn't-
or support for that matter, especially after its like first or
We
second
got
year.
actual trailers for third-party games day one. Like,
Yeah.
and
Awesome.
a huge amount of support lined
And
up for
even
it
for
from
even
the
though
start.
it's like even though it was for like stuff like FIFA and stuff that I don't understand, still pretty big. Like
Yep.
FIFA, that stuff's
and
big.
let's not forget Suda showing up.
Yeah, no
Suda
more
showing up and kind of being a
Still
dick
need to play
because
No
he
More
went off
Heroes.
He did apologize.
script. Still, going off script, you're not supposed to do that.
But yeah, so we had the Switch releasing March 3rd, and what was one of the launch titles for this game? Probably the worst game on the console right now. 1-2 Switch.
It's not
Which
a bad
should-
game,
which
but it really
should have been packed in. It should have been packed in.
Yeah,
It
it should've
should
been-
have. Like, God,
It would have been much better if it was a packing game.
It's a
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
It's a cool tech demo to show, hey, HD
But
Rumble
no, let's make it
actually
60
works.
bucks.
But it's a tech demo that is just mini games,
Okay.
and it's not even like.
Okay, here's something I just need to bring up about the Switch. It's just like they bring up the whole HD Rumble, but like, what makes it so special to be called HD Rumble? I never really.
Because no other
I've
system
got
has
more
it.
It's
games.
supposed to
that-
make it feel like special stuff is going on inside your
I've gotten
head.
more games that use
But
it.
I
and
mean, like
holy shit,
any
do they
other
use it.
controller could probably do that.
So
not
oh
quite.
The
god.
thing about HD Rumble, I think Yuri can explain it better than I could.
Yeah, so I forget the term. Future me is gonna put up the actual term here because it's a big bunch of science mumbo jumbo. But basically, what it amounts to is that they take the volume of a sound effect and transfer that into actual vibrations in such a way so you're actually feeling what it is that sound effect is.
Like
So-
you can feel
Oh.
like.
So
ice
like
cubes
if you
or
could
whatever
feel
fall
like
into your
a
hand.
jet engine of like a car, or just like a car's tires rubbling against asphalt, you know, you will feel that at like the bottom of the Joy-Con or Pro Controller.
Also, when we get to October, I'll have another great example of what HD Rumble can do.
Or
Like there's
Okay.
or
yeah, there's
in
what-
or in another fashion, there's a Senran Kagura game where you can yeah. You ever want, if any lonely people out there ever want to feel a person through a controller, go to Japan and see what in God's name that is. Just don't tell me about it.
Plus, they
Cha-ching.
also inspired No More Heroes a little bit. So I mean, I guess we'll look forward to that. See how the hell what the hell.
I can't wait. I
charging
can't wait for just dozens of Twitter videos of people jacking off with the Joy-Cons to recharge their beep katana.
I'm sure someone has already done it.
I'm sure Josh is
Okay,
already.
let's move on before we make this too awkward.
Kitsuna,
Period.
aka not Chrono Trigger.
It's pretty much not Chrono Trigger.
I've heard it's like okay.
Yeah, I'm like Lost
I
Sphere,
need to
which
go
is
back
like
and play it.
Tokyo
I
RPG's
kinda
second
enjoyed
game.
what I
I hear is like better in like some ways for the people who demoed it. But yeah, I Am Setsuna is a pretty decent like JRPG. It's got that nice like nostalgic feel to it.
It's somewhere on my to-buy list.
Gonna be honest, I just want a remake of Chrono Trigger now because FF7 got one. Secret of Mana is getting.
We have the one on DS.
I want a remake, not a port with some added features.
Just like that one other thing, whatever that tree game is.
Okay, what is
What?
Human Resource Machine?
So-
I have
that-
played that.
Yeah,
That's a programming game.
it's a
Oh.
weird game.
It's
a
made by
weird
the
one.
same people who made Little Inferno
And
and
World of Goo.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
It's do not let the parents. It is a hard programming.
They
game.
essentially describe it as a visual programming puzzle game. You're essentially
Huh.
building. You're essentially
It's
building
really hard.
programs and using them to like. It's weird.
It's really hard.
Just
Okay.
Dance 2017. Who dances?
Because
here?
of course.
Who
Because
dances here?
Ubisoft.
No one
Yeah,
cares.
it's expected at this point.
I got nothing.
It's for the casual crowd. You know, they like their dancing. They like dancing to the hip new tunes or whatever.
I mean, I'm a fan of rhythm games, so
I mean, if Ubisoft supports a Nintendo system, it's gonna be on there.
I prefer
Yep.
Star Wars Kinect. Anyway,
I think the funniest part to me is that Just Dance 2018 came out late, like I think either later this year or early is going to come out early this year, and it's also getting a version on the Wii.
Yeah.
That's so weird to me.
The Wii is dead. Dang it.
You want to know what's funnier?
okay, Ubisoft.
It's not getting a
okay.
Wii U
There
version.
is no Wii U version?
It's not getting a Wii U version, but it's getting a Wii version.
Sure, Ubisoft, sure.
Okay, moving on. Little Inferno burning thing simulator.
Okay. Yeah, Little Inferno. I played that on the Wii U.
Same.
Pretty fun. Got a weird story. A good semi-puzzle game, and or just watch everything burn game.
It's burning simulator. That's all you do. Set things on fire.
And also,
and find certain combinations.
Where you have to
Funny
set
enough,
things on fire
I got to a point in that game where I couldn't figure out enough combinations to actually progress, so I never.
I think I looked some up when I was playing.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't like looking things up when I'm playing a game for the first time. After
Oh, no,
I've beaten it,
try
I
not
like
to
looking
either.
up things that I haven't found yet. But like, there's only a certain if the game's like super old, it's like, oh yeah, I don't care. But if it's like a recent game, then I feel kind of weird about looking up new stuff.
Kind of like a combination of old, because it came out a couple years ago, but it's re-released and all that.
Yeah.
Alright, Fast Remix. F-Zero.
So fun.
Okay, so I bought this game to try and figure out why is it that people like F-Zero so much. I understand. These games are not for me.
Fair enough.
Not everyone is a fan of blistering speed, headbanging, and slamming into things.
Yeah, I can't deal with with the precision racing genre. I'm more akin to stuff like Mario Kart, so...
Fair
Right,
enough.
just
I'm a fan of both. It just depends on my mood.
I'm still hoping one day we can see something like professional speedrunners playing these kinds of games and seeing them just
that's
react.
gonna be beautiful.
Or we actually get an F-Zero game.
That would be good. That would be
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, I haven't played much F-Zero, but I mean, I'll buy it.
Goddamn, Nintendo, just let them make one.
The last one in America was on GameCube. The last one in Japan was on GBA. That should say something.
I still want a platinum-made Captain Falcon game where you're just running around beating up bounty
Please,
hunters and
it would be the
getting the
greatest thing
drag
ever.
races.
Just murder
Yes.
everybody.
They can do it.
Okay, so moving on to what is arguably the game of the year.
The
in
most important
2017.
game that
Well,
came
what?
It
of
even
the
won the
games
Game
of
of
the
the Year
year.
award.
The most important game that came out for the Switch is at launch.
And this
Yeah.
this was pretty much when people knew that the Switch was fine. Like it didn't
Yep.
have any issues. Because we compare
What
the
a
Wii
day
U's
one
launch to
title.
the Switch's launch, Wii U didn't really have that big title to get people to like go to it. Breath of the Wild, on the other hand,
Best Zelda game ever.
the funniest part about the funniest story I heard about this game was when there was a story saying that people were buying Breath of the Wild more than the Switch at
They had
a
extra
certain point.
copies
Like it was
sold.
selling more than the console it was for.
This
Yep.
was one of the 2 games I pre-ordered
Well,
for 2017.
you also have to remember that there was a Wii U version, and not everyone got a Switch at launch.
Well,
so
no,
they
this was just the Switch version we were talking about.
Oh,
People bought
oh.
more copies of the Switch version than Switches
Yeah,
Switches themselves.
I wasn't able to get Switch at launch, but I pre-ordered the Wii U version, like before we even knew the Switch was called the Switch, and yeah, do not regret that pre-order at all.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
And then I got the Switch version with my Switch, so...
It's a really
hey.
great game that got rid of a lot of Zelda, like...
It did a lot
Just-
that you wouldn't expect.
It's really good. It's really
it's so
good.
weird being able to jump on command in a Zelda game.
There's a jump button? Best game ever.
I mean, Zelda 2.
We don't talk about that game.
I
Yeah,
can't die every 3... Oh, wait, yes, I can. I don't have lives? Best game ever.
Snipper clips.
Still haven't played it myself. It does look fun,
Kinda,
though.
looks kind of fun though.
The thing is about this game is that the main thing that's like keeping me from buying it is that it seems like a 2-player only game.
It's definitely a 2-player game. Like, you get the most out of multiplayer with that game.
So, and since my boyfriend's like a couple cities away, and even though he is going to be visiting in a week or two, not really worth it to buy a game just for like every now and again play.
Yeah.
Maybe another time.
Yep.
Shovel Knight Spectre of Torment, otherwise known as the Spectre Knight campaign.
Definitely
Ooh,
my
nice.
favorite campaign.
I still haven't beaten Plague of Shadows.
You should do that.
I should.
Same.
It's pretty good. I like the whole grinding mechanic that they introduced
It's
for it.
probably not for the same reason as you, Chaoskey, but I've also haven't beaten Plague of Shadows.
I think the farthest I got was I want to say Plague Knight's Plague Knight stage.
Oh.
The Explodatorium.
See, that's the same thing with me. My thing was that I somehow missed a power-up where I couldn't progress at an area. And then I spent a while trying to go back and figure out where I'd lost it, or just I didn't
There's
get
no
it.
power-ups you need to progress, though. That's the weird thing.
No, it's not. I mean, like, not like progress forward to like the end of the boss, but there was like this. There was like this point where I went down, and there was just this
but
pit.
you couldn't get to it.
There was like this pit, and there was like a little thing here that looked like it was like a cannon that shot me to the other ones that looked identical to it, and I didn't have like whatever I needed for that.
Oh.
So I was trying to look for that as well, see if it was just in the store, and I haven't bought it yet, and it wasn't. And eventually I got tired and just never went back to it.
All right. Skyland. Does anyone still care about Skylanders?
I kind of stopped after the first one.
No.
Never really got into it.
Okay, on to the next one. Bomberman.
Which I did recently get. It is pretty fun, although story mode is kicking my ass.
And this is when I decided, you know, Konami, you're not so bad.
Yeah.
Explosions,
I
fireballs.
find it funny that they had Pyramid Head of all things as a fucking guest character.
I like
You
how
can
there's
play
a
as the greatest options.
I like how there's a stupid, like, sweetly animated, like, animation of just Dracula, Pyramid Head, and, oh god, what was the other guy?
The greatest options.
No, there's like
Those are playable.
There's like a third villain that just had a cutscene for the tournament mode, and it's just like, god dang, I love this game so much. I love these games.
And there were free.
Why did they
update
ever
DLC
stop
too.
making
That's
them?
the best part. Like all you have to do is use the in-game cash to buy them.
Yeah, there's some straight up just obscure references in Super Bomberman R.
And it's
Yeah.
honestly
Oh, hey,
kind of
they also
refreshing
put in
seeing
the
you
nurse
see your
in
references
Bomberman
like
R.
that.
There's a character called Princess Tomato from an NES game that was the first game Hudson ever made, called Princess Tomato and Salad Kingdom or something like that.
That is
Yeah,
amazing.
that's what it was.
It's like a 2D platformer. It's like apparently really like holds up, and just like they just put her in. There's also like a visual novel character in here for no reason.
Wait, what visual novel character?
I don't even know. I just know that's just a random schoolgirl and just there. And I'm like, what? Why? Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
Tex and Ryan were just like, you know what? Let's just go full ham. We do sometimes half
Again,
ham.
we have Chibi Pyramid Head. What more do you need?
Apparently, there's also a nurse.
Yeah,
from
the
Silent Hill as well.
nurses.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
I also like how it was like Simon Belmont, the Vic Viper, all that. This is great.
I mean, Simon and
The
Vic make
Vic Viper
good
bomber?
choices, actually.
Yeah, there's a Vic Viper bomber.
Alright, World of Goo, we pretty much kind of already brought that up. That's just a puzzle game where you use physics to build towers. Pretty neat.
Lego Worlds. This
Never heard of it.
this
It's
one.
actually bad.
So yeah, this one's a very poorly optimized version.
I can see
on
what
the
they were
s-
trying
on the
to do,
Switch,
but
at
it just
least.
doesn't work.
I don't know about other versions, but it's a bad port on the Switch.
It just really isn't much to say about it, like even just in the other versions. It's just not interesting.
It's just a Lego game. Do you like Lego games?
Yep.
And there's a Lego game.
Sometimes.
I stopped caring about
Sometimes.
Lego games.
Is Star
on the
Wars
game.
attached to him?
But you know what I do care about? Nier Automata.
I've not played this game yet.
Still need to get it.
To be
Here are all the
or
tomatoes.
not to be? That is the question.
No, that's
That
the
was
main character.
terrible.
Actually, the question is, what do I do with all this crippling depression that Yoko Taro has given me? But that's just playing any game by him. So
Dang it, Yoko Taro.
I had the game on Steam, but it doesn't run on my computer very well, so I'm just gonna get it on PS4.
it doesn't
Yeah, I
run
still
on
need to get
any
it.
computer well. Like Nier Automata is not a good PC version, and
Yeah.
like you practically need a supercomputer to run that game well.
That's why Platinum doesn't port games to PC often.
They only did it with Vanquish, which actually does run on my computer.
And Bayonetta.
Yeah, the original Bayonetta.
Yeah, every
Someone-
now and again they
Someone's
can
going to mod the Mario and the Zelda and the
Sure, they already have.
Fox and the Star Fox costumes in there.
Let's hope so.
possibly. Who knows?
Okay, so
Alright.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Yeah,
I-
it's another Tom Clancy
It's like-
third-person shooter type of open-world third-person shooter. Yay! Who cares?
It's a
I've heard
game.
it's just
I
very
guess.
generic.
That's unfortunate because like Rainbow Six and those types of games, those are really good. And like Tom Clancy, like you feel like Tom Clancy's name used to mean something, and now we just take it for granted because all the games that come out are just kind of mediocre.
Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. When's Marvel?
Just
Now's
show a picture or a video
Phoenix
of
Wright
that
is awesome.
reward bonus with the Infinity Stones and call it a day.
Just post my rant video about
Well,
Marvel.
this is
There we go.
MGC3, not I.
Yeah, this is 3, not I.
We'll
Good
get
point.
there.
Good point.
We'll get there.
We'll
Good
get to I.
Makes me feel pain
Marvel 3
because
is
of a
super
certain
cool, but
character
it's
that's
back
in
on
this
PC.
game, but not an infinite.
Phoenix
knows what I'm
Wright is
talking
my main,
about.
and I wish he was back.
Sub
I've
knows what I'm talking about.
I've
didn't
only
even hear what
played
you said,
the original Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I haven't played Ultimate yet.
Phoenix is so fun.
I miss him
Let's get
so
the hang of him.
much.
I want to play as
Same.
Virgil, and I don't know what that says about me as a person, but I just.
I mean,
just
Virgil
think
is
it's
Virgil's
cool.
a really good character. He's just kind of hard to play.
Yeah, like the people who argued with Virgil, they definitely earned that from how I've played with Virgil.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I spent most of my time learning Phoenix and then just having Zero and Deadpool, who I already used in vanilla, as my subs.
You're Phoenix Wright, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why wouldn't it be Phoenix Wright?
Other Phoenix.
Well, I'm aware.
Just making sure.
Sweater
Clarifying
Sweater
for the people at home.
All right.
Blaster
Now,
Master
before we
Zero.
get caught up in Marvel,
I have not played this game, but
I wanna play
frickin'
this game.
Shovel Knight and Shantae are in this game.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot about Shantae with that.
Inti creates is like the kings of like 2D pixel games as well as like platformers and stuff. They're really good at what they do.
yep, they're the guys who made the Zero series for Mega Man, and those are pretty good games.
They also
yeah.
made the Gunvolt duology.
And Mega Man 9
I
and
still
10
need to
and
beat
Gal.
the first game and then get the second game.
They also made Galgun.
Yep.
Sweet.
And that's coming out in spring for the Switch.
Which I am looking forward to that.
Okay, well,
I've had a lot of
guys,
fun
I
with
gotta
Double
go
Ace.
because my parents are going to bed.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry to hear that.
All right, later,
See.
guys.
Later.
Bye.